Alright folks, I have been called out one too many times as to being in this hobby just to make a quick buck, and all I care about is the value of these cars. Well, I'm here to myth bust that idea. Right in front of you on screen you see all of the cars that I have picked up in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to go through each one of them, and on top of the value that each one of these have monetarily, I'm going to give you guys the reasons why I picked them up and why they are being added into my collection for the long term. And hopefully by the end of this, I can prove to you all that you can be both a Hot Wheels and diecast investor as well as a respected collector within the community, because that's how it should be. You should definitely be both, because let's face it guys, if you are purely a Hot Wheels investor and all you care about is the dollar value and you're just flipping things left and right, I mean, first off, your collection is gonna suck. You're gonna have a bad name in the community, and you're gonna be missing out on just admiring some really awesome cars. And on the flip side of that, if you are purely just a collector, I mean, let's face it, you're going to dig yourself into a grave of bankruptcy. I mean, these cars are not cheap, so you have to find a sustainable source to fund the hobby. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a heap of trouble. And let's get this kicked off with one of the finds that I am most excited about, because I honestly thought I missed out on these DK Super Treasure Hunts for 2024. This being the 89 Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC AMG in this brilliant red Spectra Flame with matching chrome-lipped 5-star red wheels. I mean, man, this thing is gorgeous. So many people are calling this the Super Treasure Hunt of the year, including Mr. John Lambert, Lamley Group himself, already calling it. I mean, we're in April, guys. Super Treasure Hunt of the year, and now we do have the full list of all 15 Super Treasure Hunts for 2024. I am honestly leaning towards this Mercedes just because, for some reason, guys, the era of this car, I mean, it really illuminates from this casting. The wheels, the Spectra Flame paint, I mean, the execution on this car has been great since its first edition release just a couple of years ago, and now we're getting it in a Super Treasure Hunt, and man, it speaks for itself, guys. But yes, I was very excited to find this because you guys know from all of my previous videos, I missed out on multiple bins at Walmart where D-case was prevalent, and I had a really good chance of finding the Super. But randomly on a weekday walking into a Dollar Tree, I stumbled across 5 D-cases, and it was about the 4th case that I found this Super Treasure Hunt. So I can't thank my lucky stars enough that I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to find this piece at retail, because paying the $60 or $70 secondary market value for it right now would just not feel the same. But yes, this is definitely a piece that I'm holding purely from a difficulty to find standpoint, as well as financially. I mean, I think this piece is a great investment piece for the long term. And within those 5 D cases, I was able to pick up 5 of these Nissan Skyline R33s with the Godzilla graphics on the side. And it's no question why I picked these up. I mean, obviously, I am a huge Skyline fan. I mean, if I was a millionaire, R32, R33, and R34 Skylines would be the first 3 cars I purchased. Probably my first purchases as a millionaire, guys. They're just that sought after, and they're just that awesome of cars. But nonetheless, guys, had to pick this up to pair with my R32 Godzilla that I have from last year, 2023. And we all know and anticipate the R34 with Godzilla graphics coming out next year. So you definitely want to load up on R32s and R33s now, because that trio is going to be epic. Right now, secondary market on both of these Godzilla R33s and R32s is around $3 to $5, but I fully anticipate that value to just keep climbing up. And another piece that I thought I completely missed out on was this Legends Tour Team Transport Porsche 934.5 with Fleet Street hauler. I mean, Hot Wheels, Mattel, and Walmart were just being very vague as to how to actually get this car. It wasn't available at the Legends Tour event, or at least I didn't hear that it was. It wasn't available on any of the Legends Tour streams, and it wasn't on Walmart.com until just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Fortunately, I followed enough Instagram accounts that I got the heads up that this was being offered. And basically, you just had to go fishing on Walmart.com. It would randomly pop up in stock, and you just had to be there in order to pick it up. I was fortunate enough to get 2 of these so that I could get free shipping at a retail price of about $23, so really not terrible. Because secondary market, this piece is sitting in that $40 to $50 range. But this Porsche 934.5 just holds a special place within my heart and my collection because it is one of the first super treasure hunts that I ever found back in 2018. And this is a little bit of a teaser of an upcoming video. Porsche 934.5 factory sealed. But nonetheless, guys, finally have this team transport in my hands. It's not going anywhere. And again, I appreciate the value that it's already appreciated. And you all know that I am a huge Subaru fan and Mitsubishi is basically the enemy, but I can't help but appreciate this old school 1990s Evo 4, and this one being a super chase from Matchbox moving parts as well too. I mean, this car just really spoke to me on a number of different levels. I mean, first and foremost, this is one of the first releases in this new recycled content packaging, right, that everybody finds so controversial, but I honestly love it because in my line of work, I mean, I work within materials, cost savings, and sustainability, so recycled content, and so this just spoke to me. On top of that, it's a chase piece, and it is the first JDM chase piece that we have to date from Matchbox. So there's just a lot of firsts and a lot of reasons why I wanted this piece in my collection, aside from the value, which right now this is sitting at about $30, which is a pretty significant gain from the retail price of about $4. And you guys know I love my multi-pack exclusives, this being the Hako Skyline from the 8 packs, and I'm sure it'll eventually pop up in the 20 packs as well too. But man, just a classic cream white Hako Skyline, very clean details, Tampo works. It's got the racing number here on the side with a bunch of different vendor logos there. But man, this is as clean as they come when it comes to Skylines. I mean, we can never get enough of any generation of Skylines, so definitely keep them coming, Hot Wheels. But this one, funny enough guys, is probably the one car out of this entire lot that I lost money on, because you figure I paid $10 for the 8 pack. This Skyline right now, it's sitting at about $8 on the secondary market, so I'm losing $2 by having this piece in my collection. But I'm not mad because I think the long-term value of this car will be there and surpass what I paid for it retail wise. On top of that, guys, I really don't care about the value when it comes to this piece because I just want to add it in my collection. And something a little different for you guys, this is the Hot Wheels Monster Truck Mega Rex in gold. This is a Meyer exclusive piece, and it's actually more of a redemption car. I believe you have to spend $15 and you actually get this car for free. Unfortunately, when I went to Meyer's, there was nothing on the pegs worth picking up for $15, so I just bought this car outright, which came out to about $4, which is fairly reasonable for what you're getting. I mean, it's functional suspension, it's a giant gold truck, right? And it's fairly collectible. Secondary market right now sitting at about $10 to $15. But the reason I got this, guys, is, and you guys probably already know this, but my son and I are huge monster truck fans in general, Monster Jam specifically. But my current favorite truck right now is Thunder Roarus. It's one of the newer trucks from Monster Jam. I actually got this signed by the driver. You can see there on the windshield. So again, monster trucks in dinosaur form, that seems to be my jam right now. And just this past week, I did get a little mail call action. I got my Hot Wheels NFT Series 7 cars. And first and foremost, it is the Catsun or the Datsun Bluebird wagon. I mean, just love that kitty cat graphic there on the side there, and it is in the famous DieCash green color. You guys know I'm a huge Junimai fan, so this wagon was a must for me. And then you got the Pagani Zonda R, which is just the casting that I have harped since its release, its first edition. So excited to have both of these NFTs in my collection. I mean, as you guys recall, I paid $25 per pack for Series 7 and was able to pick up both of these pieces. Right now, the Pagani Zonda, it's sitting at about $50 to $60, which is kind of on the lower end for Pagani, which is very surprising to me because it's such a nice release. I mean, that Spectra Flame Red, it's got the cool 10-spoke wheels with the chrome lip. And on top of that, it's metal base. I believe that's the first time we've seen metal base on Pagani Zonda R. And then the Datsun 510 wagon. I mean, no question, a heavy hitter when it comes to NFTs. Right now, secondary market sitting at about 175 to 200, and rightfully so because, again, guys, like I've said in previous videos, the 510 is forever. And last but not least, I think the piece that I am most excited for that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks is this 1/18 scale Nissan Silvia S15 in blue. I mean, guys, I have been searching high and low for this piece ever since I was able to find the white version. And don't get me wrong, I love my white cars. My personal car in real life is white, but something about this blue with the gold TE37s, it just looks great. So I am so thrilled to have both of these pieces together in the collection. I mean, wow, guys, just look at that out of box in the combination, the white and the blue. Guys, early 2000s greatness. I mean, this is just never going to be replicated. We're never going to see 1/18 scales like this from Hot Wheels, from any other brand. I mean, full die cast, opening trunks, opening hoods, full detailed engines. I mean, these things are a work of art to say the least, guys. But man, super excited to have both of those in my collection now. And I can't thank eBay enough for giving me the opportunity to pick up this blue Nissan Silvia from Muscle Machines. Ended up getting it for a steal, or at least what I thought was a steal. $120 shipped to my door. The white one, guys, if you guys recall, I paid about $150 or $160. But these things, guys, in good condition are just non-existent. I mean, you can search high and low on any market around the whole entire world. I mean, they are just hard to come by, whether people are holding them or they've been played with and damaged and thrown away. But they are just hard to come by, and even the one that I got, it came in a box that was basically pristine. So super fortunate to have this. I mean, again, I paid $120 secondary market, guys, in all honesty, and this is me being very biased because I really just enjoy this 1/18 scale car, but I would put it in the $200 price point because, again, I don't think there's many in existence anymore. So there's the haul from the last couple of weeks, and guys, I couldn't be more thrilled. I mean, this is probably one of the funnest pickups that I've had in a long time. I mean, as a combination, because there's just everything: NFTs, online pickups, Walmart.com, eBay finds, store exclusives. I mean, I hope you guys are having just as much fun in this diecast hobby as me, finding treasures that you didn't even know existed or you thought you missed out on. And again, from a secondary market standpoint, from the investing side of the hobby, I mean, I basically spent about $220 on all of these cars, and right now secondary market value, it's about $380 plus whatever you want to tag this Muscle Machines S15 that is virtually impossible to find. I mean, in all honesty, if I tie that $200 value to this whole entire lot is well over $500. But let me know down in the comments below what cool things you guys are finding, and answering the question, can you be both a Hot Wheels and diecast investor as well as collector? like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on DieCash Cars.